Hey friends, it's been a minute. I took a little time off recently because, well, life got busy. After all of the hard work of helping put together the plein air festival, I needed a bit of a breather. It was such a rewarding experience, but also a lot of long days and late nights. And it's summer, which always feels like it moves both too fast and not fast enough. I've been trying to soak it in, spending time with friends, catching fireflies in New York City, watching ducks in Central Park, and just enjoying the slow, small moments. But I'm back now, and I have some fun things to share, some new developments, and some upcoming plans. Oh, I should introduce myself. Hi. If you're new here, it's really great to meet you. My name is Courtney, and I'm a part-time artist with a full-time job, and that's basically my whole identity at this point, and that's fine. I just like to make cozy videos showcasing the realistic side to my life here in New England, in case you're wanting to know what it's like to try to learn to be an artist or live in a small town in New England. Or if you're just here for the vibes, that's cool too. Now that things have slowed down, or maybe now that I've found a new rhythm, I've been returning to my long-term art project of painting portraits of all of our 24 independent bookshops in Vermont. The one that I'm working on today is really close to my heart. I've always loved reading. I believe deeply in the power of education, so this project overall combines a lot of things that I care about. It's part love letter to books, part love letter to Vermont, and partially a quiet commitment to following through on something that matters. But this week, I'm working on sketches of Yankee Bookshop in Woodstock, Vermont. This is a cheerful yellow building tucked into a gorgeous little town in southeastern Vermont. I visited a couple times, but I took some reference photos last fall, and the shop had such a cozy, inviting feel with sunlight coming in through the windows. I do try to visit each shop in person before I paint it. I like to take my own reference photos and kind of get a feel for the space, soaking in the vibe. So I've got a few different pictures that I'm working from because sometimes there's a tree or a car or something that's blocking the view. And even though some of these buildings are physically connected to others, like Yankee Bookshop, I do remove all of that when I paint. I think of these like portraits of people, except they're buildings. So just like in a portrait, I want to focus on the personality of this one, not what's next to it, just this one building. And if you have a favorite independent bookstore, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what bookstores I should consider after I finish this series, and I'd love to know what makes your bookstore special to you. Lately, I've also been thinking about color more. Maybe it's the summer light, or maybe I just need a little more play. Normally, I do stick pretty close to the real colors of a building, but I've been toying with the idea of repainting maybe Vermont Bookshop, one I've already done, in a brighter, more playful palette, just for fun. This one I'll probably stick close to its traditional colors, just because that would go with the series. But let me know what you think. Should I start doing more vibrant portraits? Maybe something with some retro colors? Let me know in the comments. I'm also trying, emphasis on trying, to get back into the habit of drawing in my sketchbook every day. And we're not quite in the groove yet, but we're getting there. I'm definitely having more days in my sketchbook than not, which is a positive. And right now it's more about showing up than anything polished. I've been doing just quick little scribbles of whatever's on my desk while I have my coffee in the morning. And that's good enough momentum for me. usually the first step in doing one of these building portraits is something in my sketchbook, like I'm doing here. So I want to do a very rough outline with ink, and then I will go in and just kind of do a grayscale so I know where the shadows are. I know where I want to darken up the colors and have some contrast. And I use this sketchbook piece as a reference when I'm doing the full version on my watercolor paper. So this step also allows me to look at placement to see if I have any of the details, especially for this one, the sign in the window. I need to make it a little bit bigger than it actually is so it's legible in the drawing, but I don't want to make it too big. So I've got kind of two different versions here to decide how I want that to look, and I'm also trying to plan out what the spacing looks like on the lettering, if I can actually make it legible as small as it is, and what's going in the windows, because sometimes what you can actually see in the reference photo doesn't really translate to a painting. So thinking through those elements is really important for this process as well. While I was away from the camera, I've also been working on a few knitting projects. Fall is just around the corner, and with it come sheep and wool festivals. Basically, my Christmas. Right now, I'm working on the adult popcorn pullover by Studio Misha, and I'm knitting this out of Tosh Vintage, and it's in the colorway Kawaii. And so far it's been a really satisfying knit. I'm really liking making the popcorns. The one thing I don't like is that it's knit flat, so the purl rows take 6 years. But of course, the Rhinebeck sweater pattern has just come out for this year. It's called Ooey Gooey, and I'm thinking about knitting it in a wool cotton blend. It is also sport weight, so there's a chance that this will take me 8 years to finish, but I'm thinking I'm going to try. And by thinking about it, I mean I already ordered the yarn. It's coming from the UK, so if it gets here soonish, then I will start that sweater and put this one down, because I'm pretty sure that Ooey Gooey is knit in the round. I hope it is. If not, then I'm just going to cry for a while. But it really depends on whether or not that yarn gets here in time. And then I'll figure out my Rhinebeck plans. I'm trying to just take things a little bit slower right now, ease into summer before fall gets here. It'll be here before we know it. But I'm enjoying this pattern, but I wouldn't mind switching over to something knit in the round. So stay tuned for the next episode to see if the yarn makes it, if I book any plans for Rhinebeck, and if I actually start the next full piece for the bookshop series. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a really great week wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next one.